Okay, so now we're going to look at the Scalenes muscles. Now they're a bit of a tricky one because they're the lateral flexors of the spine, especially of the cervical spine. They come down and attach onto the first and the second rib, come all the way up here and attach to our transverse processes of the cervical spine, so up in that C1, C2, C3 areas. So it can be a little bit difficult. Looks like we'll get a little bit of the SCM and also a little bit of traps when you do this, but the influence will be you'll need to have your client, well, especially the females, having their hand on the top of their chest just below their clavicle. Okay, so that will be a point for us to basically push down on, and obviously we're going to engage the lower half of the scalene muscles. We take the head a little bit into lateral flexion and a little bit of rotation and a little bit of extension just to get the stretch onto the scalenes themselves, I say. So we've got the scalenes anterior, scalenes medius, and then the posterior. Okay, so depending on where the influence will depend on how much rotation you have on the neck. Okay, so we're taking it into that first point of bind, as I said, or that resistance. Okay, place your hand over the top here and then basically into a little bit of an isometric contraction. So you're going to get your client to basically just push into your hand. So 20 to 30, so they're going to rotate and just lateral flex a little bit. Great. And then relax, relax. Once again, make sure that they're relaxing, and then you can go a little bit more into lateral flexion, a little bit of rotation, and a little bit more extension. Okay. Holding that for another 10, 12 seconds. So you get that nice even stretch. Once again, if it's pain, then you're going too far. And now we're going to get you to contract again. Megsy. 20 or 30. Beautiful. And relax. Same again. A little bit more lateral flexion, rotation and extension to the next point of bind. And then contract again, and then relax. Okay, and so on. So the cycle goes. So the key for this area here is obviously the lateral flexion, a little bit of rotation, a little bit of extension, just to hit those scalenes muscles. Keep in mind that we've got the SCM muscle here, so there's a fair chance you can pick that up. So when you want to engage the SCM, it's the same process, hand on here as well, and the idea is that you'll probably put a little bit more rotation but a little bit more extension when you're getting an engagement onto the SCM itself. So that means you need to have the client's head over the table. So it's really important. You'll see that Megs is really comfortable there. Okay, so you'll need to cradle the back of the head and make sure that they're really comfortable. If they're not, then they're going to contract and they're going to try and hold their head up. So that's really important. So use both hands, make sure you cradle it. You need to interact with your client, so you have to make sure that they understand which way they're going to move their head. So if they're going to rotate, that means then they're going to turn their chin around towards you. If they're going to lateral flex, then they're going to bring their ear towards their shoulder. So you need to use those little bit of points so that your client understands which way they're going and then how much they're contracting. All right, so that's scalenes and SCM.